Hey, hi friends, welcome back to the Positive Window vlog with Apsida. And thank you so much for watching my videos and liking them or leaving me a comment. It means a lot to me, so thank you so much. And here, before I start today's video, I want to say sorry because as I had promised that I'll post 3 videos a week, but last week I just could do 2 because I was kind of not feeling good. There was like a riot of thoughts in my mind. A lot was happening and I just couldn't control my emotions, so I just couldn't do a video. Or you won't believe, I just didn't read anything, not even a single page. I didn't even write anything. Yeah, somehow I could just write 2 posts, one for my blog thepositivewindow.com and one for fashion potluck, just to contribute an article. But otherwise my mind was like so clogged with so many different thoughts, and it's mostly because one of the reasons is because the school is going to open next month, and a lot of speculations, a lot of fears, and there has been a lot of thoughts and emotions that's and there has been a lot of thoughts and emotions that's going around in our house or in our mind right now, like how to navigate this new life, especially kids going to school and then everything else in between. But somehow I managed, and I could just divert my mind and then kept myself busy doing watching something with my kids, and just not thinking about it, because my kids also got a little tensed and a little worried about how are they going to go to school and do their studies, etc., etc. But hopefully, I'm sure there's always hope and there is a way out. So we'll all find a way to navigate with ease during this difficult time, and we'll get over it soon all together. Hopefully, just keeping my fingers crossed and just praying and staying hopeful and holding on to my faith. So today's topic, I want to show a little bit what I drew last week, as I couldn't do the last video last week, but I would definitely want to show the drawing that I did last week, and it was again inspired by a fox flower or a home decor accessories that I have in my house. So this was one of it. This just if you remember, I showed some bunches of flowers last in my last to last video, and this is what I just thought, this was my imagination. I haven't copied the whole thing because I'm not that good. Getting better every single day, and I hope I'll be much better than what I'm today. So this is one of the drawing that I did last week, and my second is, I hope you like it. So I added a little bit of colors. So this is the one. This is my second one. And the third one is I'm yet to complete. I was drawing a Zentangle, like the whole page, and I'm just half done. I'm going to complete this and I'll show in my next video. And so today, this was all about my sketching, and today I'm going to talk about another topic that's called self-reflection. And this is the doodle art that I did. I hope you can see it. This is the one. So why self-reflection? Because I have always loved or have given importance to the me time in my life. No matter where I am in my life, I give priority or importance to my me time, and then doing a self-reflection on my present life, on my past, and then I don't much go to my future, because life is not that easy. It's a roller coaster ride, and it's you can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow unless and until you just try and make things better for yourself for today. So I live in today. I don't know what my tomorrow holds for me, but I am trying to make I'm trying, giving all my best efforts to make my tomorrows, my kids' tomorrows, and my husband, my family's tomorrows to be better along with me in this my journey of the positive window. So self-reflection, so if you all know, or some of you, if you know, that I have just taken a break from social media, but it happened just like, 3 days back. I had to post, like, some of my friends post because she asked me to, so I had to just go back to Facebook, and then I was like so tempted to post something, but I knew I couldn't hold myself, like, I didn't have that control, and I just posted one of my few lines, or I would say few lines from my writing journal that I'm completing, or a writing project that I'm doing right now. So I just shared a thought on my Facebook page that's called The Positive Window, and you can just head over to that and then just see. And thank you so much who all liked it, my friends and my followers, my fans. Like, you really mean a lot in my life, and thank you so much for all your support. So self-reflection or alone time is very important for me. I'm an introvert by nature, so I have always loved being alone. I've never felt lonely, but yeah, there has been time when I miss my friends being not being around me, or like, I miss some social gatherings, events where I can participate, make new connections, meet new people. Yeah, and this, due to this coronavirus or lockdown, our life has changed so much, but I'm sure there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there things are going to go back to normal, or maybe a new normal that we are going to adapt to. And in just few months, or few I would not say years, but few months, hopefully. Self-reflection. So this is what my journey of becoming everything that defines me, and unbecoming everything that no longer reflects me as an individual. So that is the most important aspect of me taking this break from social media and doing more reflection on my present self, on my individual self, and learning each and every thing about me is what so self-reflection is, or alone or me time is for me. So I chose this path to self-discovery only after I learned and practiced hard to look at everything that happens in my life, or will ever happen, or has happened, through a positive lens. So guys, this is so important. Self-reflection gives you that opportunity to know more about you, to know to, like, to just turn the pages of your life, and sometimes even go back and reread those pages, or sometimes be in the page that you are in right now, or that you're reading right now. Okay, and sometimes the present also reflects a little bit about your future, or the next page. Like, you can connect. Similarly, suppose if you're holding a book, and then if you are reading, if you're on the present page, you can just somehow get an idea of like what the next page is going to be. So that's how self-reflection, I see it as a book, as the chapters of my life, like different days or different moments, different actions, my thoughts, my feelings. So I'm going to break it down and learn more about myself. Just to give a small introduction about self-reflection, what do you generally understand when I say self-reflection? It is, a deeper understanding. It's a process where you get to understand yourself on a deeper level, and you get to reflect on yourself, your beliefs, your purpose, your behavior, your actions, and that's how you reflect on your life as a whole. So I have been keeping up. I have been able to keep up with all these promises that I have made to myself, and it's been this break is mostly a self-reflection journey that I'm going to. I don't know when I'm going to come back with new updates, but until then, you'll always find new videos on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. That's the Positive Window vlog, and you can also visit me to read new posts on thepositivewindow.com and at Fashion Potluck. So guys, today I'm back with a new topic, and I just want to discuss this and create this motivational video on the subject called or on the topic called self-reflection. So self-reflection is a process where you get to have a better understanding of you as a person and your values, your beliefs, and your purpose. So it's more about reflecting on your life, behavior, and your beliefs. So it's more of a personal analysis where you get to take a step back from your life and then reflect upon your life's purpose, or and do a very deep personal analysis, like where you're heading, why you're doing, what are you doing, and where you want to be in few months, etc, etc. So it's more about, I have read this somewhere, it's more about learning about, it's more about learning from the self for the self. So where you get to align your life with what you wish your life should be. So this is the reason I wanted to take this break and do more of what matters to me as an author, or being a blogger and a future author, or a writer, that I want to reflect my life. Like, I just want to keep a track of how much I'm reading, what I'm writing every day, and what are the subjects that I want to get more insights and get a deeper understanding of, and learn new things about those subjects. So I have been probing into all these questions, and I have made a list. I'm gonna share it in my next video, and I'm trying to probe into these questions or find answers and reflect on these answers. Okay, so whether you call it a self-reflection, self-discovery, awakening of your inner consciousness, or an insight of your soul searching, these can only be possible by, I broke it down into different subcategories. So either it's a self-reflection, self-discovery, awakening of your inner consciousness, insight of your soul searching. So it can be, if you break it down, it can only be possible in 4 ways. That's what I feel. It's my personal opinion and my personal experience or findings. So you can do it through self-talk. That is number 1. 2 is having a clear vision of your life and purpose. Number 3 is self-discovery, and 4 is feeling your emotions and learning about them. So friends, I'll just talk about each of these different ways where you can do a self-reflection or get to know more about yourself. Like, first I'll discuss something about self-talk. So we are more into self-judgment and self-negative talks than we get into self-positive talks, right? And before I start, I want to read this quote about self-reflection, and it's one of my favorites. And it so much relates to my present life. So it says, a pause gives you breathing space, so listen to the whispers. Sorry, I stumbled there. Let me go read this again to you. A pause gives you a breathing space, so listen to the whispers of the real you waiting to happen, by Tara Estacan. So amazing, right? Definitely we need this pause in our life, no matter if you are at a younger stage in your life, or if you are in your adulthood, or or if you are in your teenage. I think we should always remember to stop, to pause, take a break, take a step back, and do a self-reflection on where we are at our life, what are our purposes, how different we want to see our life unfolding before us. So do not escape or run from the reality. Accept and feel the whole of you or yourself. Okay, so first let me discuss something about self-talk. So it says, use nurturing words to speak to yourself. Don't be a self critic, or don't have a negative talk about yourself, or negative thoughts or negative self talk with yourself about yourself, or about you as a person, or about your life, about your purpose, about your vision. Use nurturing words and kind words to speak to yourself. Be kind, please be kind when you do the self talk. Do not feel empty, broken, lost, or sad. Feel alive again. Feel the pain to find the joy. So, this is the beauty in doing a self positive talk, or using kind words when you do the self talk with yourself. Okay, so there's another beautiful quote that says, "It takes courage to grow up and turn out to be who you really are," by E. Cummings. How beautiful, isn't that true? It really takes courage to be different, to be different, to be unique, and to not follow the crowd, and stand up for your beliefs, and stand up for what you believe, your values, and your actions. Like, be responsible for who you are. Don't just run away or escape, or unfollow your qualities just because you don't like some of them, or you don't accept them, and you feel embarrassed to let the world know about your ugly side. No. Self reflection is more about accepting each and every part of you, no matter how beautiful, ugly, or not so accepting you are as a person. Okay, so there is, okay, let me talk some more about self-talk, or discuss some more. So, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. That's what Aristotle says. Manifest your vision and your purpose. Okay, see it and be it. And that's the best thing to do when you learn, or when you talk to yourself in person, and find out what are the things that you need to change. You want to do things differently. Like, suppose, for example, I love reading, writing, but when I had to, do a deeper self reflection, self understanding of myself, like what my life's purpose is going to be in another few weeks, or in another few months, where I want to see myself in next few months. So that's when I realized that I think to be better at as being an author, and to start writing my book, or to start writing more on the subjects I like, or I talk more about, I like reading more about those topics. I must read a lot. And updating on social media accounts really is time consuming. It's a very hard job to keep up with your followers, or to keep up updating your account each and every day, or too many times in a day. I know it's being a blogger or a vlogger, it's not an easy job. It requires a lot of experience, patience, and a lot of hard work, but I lack in some of those, in some areas, but I'm trying to catch up with all those experiences. But I thought, like, to be an experienced person in that field, or to be an expert, I must learn more and explore more, and then I must be back on my track where I was. So self-reflection, the first thing that I want to do now is more of my self-talk, and use kind words, and or not to be self-critic, but I want to be kind and be patient to learn more about myself in person. Second is the clear vision of life and purpose. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I must have a clear vision of where I want to see myself in just few months, and what my purpose should be, how I want to move ahead in my life and my career. So these are some of the reflections and many more that I'm working on it right now. So it's more of a personal analysis that I'm trying to do on a very personal note. And then I want to, change it into a professional analysis and see where I want to see myself or in my career, and learn more about different things. So before I move on to the third way you can do a self-reflection or a self-discovery is through self-discovery. That is like discovering more about yourself. And yes, and so what you must do is like stop dissecting your every thought and action or emotion. Like, why did we make this choice? How does it benefit us? And how is it going to help me? Or what if I fail? What if I'm a failure again? So it's it's okay not to know or not to have answers to all of your questions. It's okay to ask yourself few questions, but it's also okay to not know all the answers. Okay, like, what's there for me tomorrow? Like, where I'm gonna be tomorrow? Did I make some good choices? Are my choices treating me well? And is it going to help me in building my future self or a career, or giving me a good career, or to shape up my professional life? So these are a few of the questions that I still ponder on, but I don't get answers. I don't have answers to so many of them because it's quite tough. Like, life is a continuous affair. It just goes on and on and on, and we have learned to keep running just to keep pace with our life. So what we do is like, we just step on the treadmill and then just keep running rather than knowing which direction we are heading to or why. And sometimes just to keep up with the pace of life, because it's a fast moving world, and to keep up with it we just have to keep running. That's what we do. And but I feel it's very important to take this pause or stop quite often. Stop, reflect, and understand on a deeper level what you're doing, why you're doing, and what else you can do to see some better results, and what else you can try, and explore different areas of your life. So what happens when we don't reflect? So now, before I jump into that, I just want to say something about self-discovery. You don't need to understand everything you say or you do. We aren't supposed to figure out everything, because life is messy and not everything can be analyzed and justified. Would you agree with me? So these are some of my thoughts on self-discovery and what I felt. So some things are just beyond our understanding. They're kind of incomprehensible. So it's good not to know the answers to all the questions you have right now. Or if you have been doing a self-reflection and you have a list of questions for yourself to do a self-analysis, so it's absolutely okay if you don't know the answers to all of your questions. But I'm sure you will, as you move on, and just take a pause or stop where you are right now, and then just take a step back and reflect on your life, on your thoughts, on your purpose. I'm sure you'll find these answers gradually. So I don't need to justify or understand every action or reaction of my thoughts and feelings. So if you remember, the last way to do a self-reflection or a self or understanding of your self-consciousness is through feeling your emotions, learning about your emotions. Okay, so it's very important, as I've always said, that your physical health and your mental health is as important as your physical health. In fact, I feel it's more important than your physical health, because when you're mentally balanced, stable, and happy, truly happy, your overall health, or the condition of your overall health, reflects like through your physical. Okay, let me say that again. So your mental health is more important than your physical health, because the way you think, you act, and when you reflect on your mental health, it overall shows on your physical appearance or on your physical health as well. So it's very important to understand your emotions, your feelings, and if you think that you need help, someone's help, or a therapist or a doctor, just go ahead and approach them and get help. Okay, but don't hide your emotions, don't bottle them up and just keep it to yourself, because it's going to burst in today or tomorrow, and that's going to be very harmful for you. So learn to know your emotions. It's okay if you don't feel positive all the time. It's not at all important. I'm more negative than positive, but I'm working every single day to make myself a more positive person and to see at everything from a positive perspective. Okay, so I don't need to justify or understand every action or reaction of my thoughts and feelings. I cannot justify all of my thoughts and behaviors, but rather accept your emotions, your feelings, just the way they show up. Okay, you don't have to push yourself hard or work hard to turn each of your negative emotions into positive. It's not easy. First thing towards changes, or towards any changes, acceptance. Learn to accept the way it appears before you, any of your feelings or emotions. So it's okay to fail to understand. It's okay if you don't understand. Take time, okay, or reach out for help. Go and discuss with somebody whom you trust, or whom you feel close to you, and you can share. Okay, so raise your self-esteem, your self-confidence through self-reflection, through understanding of each and every part of you. Unconditionally love and accept yourself. Free yourself of every need to understand why. Okay, just take it easy, take it slow. So now we come up with a question where we think like, what happens when we don't self-reflect, or when we don't reflect? We simply keep moving without being aware of the directions we are heading to. We stay in jobs we don't like, we stay in relationships that totally drains our energy, and we don't receive any appreciation and no care from the other end. So there is no open, or I would say good communication, a flow of pure communication that's happening. But we stay in those relationships, we stay in circumstances that stress us, that makes us frustrated, stressed, tired, demotivated, unhappy. Okay, we only run forward to keep running until we crash and burn. That's what we do if we don't stop, pause, and self-reflect, guys. So to keep up with the pace of life, we must stop to reflect on what's working and what's not, to identify and understand what to keep and what needs to change. So these are those important reasons that tells you to pause today, pause now, and do a self-reflection, guys. Have a clear understanding of your inner consciousness. Do learn your learn about your inner awakening, discover about your inner self, the needs, the priorities, the purpose, the beliefs, the values, and the reason you are you. We often do same things every day and wonder why it isn't working. Why aren't we getting any results? Right? That's what I said. So what does self-reflection do? It improves your self-understanding, helps you understand to respond rather than overreact. Okay? And it gives you a clear perspective of your purpose or of your life, clear understanding of each and every aspect of your life. So at a deeper level, time to reflect on life that can lead to greater self-awareness. A strong sense of self improves your self-esteem and your self-confidence. So guys, if you are watching this video with Epsida, and if you think this video is kind of motivating, and even if you feel a pinch of positivity and inspiration from this video, then drop everything else that you're doing right now and just take a small break, okay, and pause or stop and reflect. Do a self-reflection, a deeper understanding of yourself on a very personal note, on a very personal level. You don't have to include people if you don't want to, but it should be all you, for yourself. So if you like my today's video, before I let you go, I want to show a small doodle art that I did, came up for this topic, self-reflection. So here it is. If you did not see at the beginning of the video, so I'm showing you again, and I'll share this picture on Instagram, and I hope you find this video inspiring and motivational. And don't forget to leave me your thoughts in the comments or email me, and all the details it will be in the description. So don't forget to read the description. And also, until we meet again, stay beautiful, stay healthy, stay safe, stay with the positivewindow.com or the Positive Window blog and vlog with Epsida, and keep smiling and keep shining, spread kindness and improve your life, make it a creative best life possible. Until we meet again, bye guys.